What's going on, guys? Sorry, it's a little bit ad hoc on the timing. I think it's probably better that we just stick to a range and I just let everybody know what best time it is. It's a little different being a dad, and then just you have to plan around your toddler, and that's fine. That's fine. You just got to be more prepared. um, so Well, I guess where I'm going with that is I don't know if I'm going to be just sticking to the 8:30 p.m. time frame because I'm kind of sitting around sometimes waiting to get to that, and then I kind of have this like hour and a half where I just got to figure out what to do. And I'm someone that really likes knocking things out so that I can have the free time at the end. And that's what we're going to optimize for. So, like I said, possibly no more 8:30 times. But that's okay. Because really it's just here about making myself be accountable and getting the content and then figuring out when I can actually have time to chop it up. So, and also last night, we had a bit of a network issue during the stream and I just cut out. And I apologize for people that were hanging out at that point. I now realized another thing to do is always have a direct connection to the computer that's streaming. I have known that, and it's been plugged in before, but this time we just decided to not go that route, and it bit us in the butt. So, we're going to get back to the basics and just making sure which pieces work. And also, I did do some things to my audio last night. Hopefully that helped. I did have some white noise, and I believe that was because I thought I was configuring the wrong thing, and turns out I just needed to figure out what settings I needed for the compressor filter. But to that end, let's discuss what we're going to do tonight, and then get this knocked out. Because I think this is going to be a good stream. Last night, we had fixed our action log in our chat application. So just for reference, to update anybody that's new to this one, this is our chat application and this is the action log. This is the deployed version, and so I need to go boot up the local version, and I'll do that here in a moment. But this is the action log I'm talking about. And the issue with it currently is, in the pull request that we need to do, we have a bit of a non-finishing process. We have the ability to see both the input and output of a tool execution, but they're not, the way to see the actual output is to kind of like select the chat after it's already been in scope. And that will just kind of pull some data from the server and render it. But that's not actually what we want. We want I'm starting a brand new conversation, and I want to make sure that the chat log is following along to that brand new conversation. That was a really bad way of putting it, but I think it'll make more sense as we dive in. So let's do that. Just also trying to make sure. Okay, so the start image, was that start image off? No, but it does look like, Okay, so we're gonna lock the start image, but we're gonna take it off. That's good. We're gonna lock the display capture, but we're gonna keep that on. Audio input capture, that can get locked. Video capture, we can lock that as well. We can just make myself disappear. Okay, I think that's good. I think we're gonna get going now. So give me 2 minutes, and we will actually get going. I'll be right back. I apologize, guys. I need to cut this out of the stream. But I'm going to go take a step out really quick. Shifting times can do that. But this is a stream. We just play it by ear. So I'm going to run really quick, and I'll be right back. But if you guys would like to try it out, you can go to demo.promptengineersai, and you can test out the application. The login credentials are admin and password test1234 for the password. And one tool I recommend trying out, do the O3 Mini and then use it with the shell exec tool. I need to push another deployment to this, but this works at the moment. And this is basically just another container running an Ubuntu 24 image, and you can shell exec over to it. It's kind of fun. So I would recommend trying that out if you are curious. And this is exactly what we'll be doing. We're going to be messing with that tool. So be right back. Thank you, guys. I'm going to put this here. I need to make another image to be like, hey, I'll be right back. I'm going to pause the audio. Okay, we're back, guys. Sorry about that. Let us get comfortable and let's get to the coding. Need to make sure I pop that out. What time is that at? Oh well, we'll figure it out later. Getting cozy, getting posy. Pashozy. Okay, let's go ahead and figure out what we need to do first. The first thing we need to do is let you guys see what is going on. So we're going to take off the start image. I'm going to take my video capture. I'm going to make myself a bit smaller. I think what do I have to do? Unlock it. And then there we go. Move us down to the right, left a bit. Lock it. Okay, here we go, people. Here we go. Let's get our environment set up. I've got our terminal over here on the right side. I hope you guys can see that good enough. And let us get our handy dandy water. Gotta stay hydrated, people. Okay, so we have our database containers up and running. I think we actually pruned everything last night, so it's all good. I actually like doing that. So we're going to go into the sandbox. We're going to go into the lane graph directory. We're going to go to templates. We're going to go to chat. And we're going to go open that up with Cursor. Just saw an interesting thing that Cursor is the quickest company to reach 100 million ARR. That's great. Congrats, Cursor. Waiting for my sponsorship. Alright, where's this, make sure that no environment variables come open. And I need to get this to say open up with WSL. It just takes a second. So there we go. So now it says it. You can see the little command pop on the screen. I do not see any env files open, so I think we're okay to go ahead and get going. Let's go ahead and pop that open to the left side. So what I've been liking for the streams is doing this in a kind of terminal on the right side with a little bit of a browser on the right side, and then making the terminal or the code editor sit behind my head to some extent. But making the text a bit bigger, let's see what that looks like. I don't know. I think we could go there. Let's start there, and if anybody complains later on, we will deal with it. Deal with it then. Okay. So we need to get the application booted up. We have the database containers booted up, as seen here. pgadmin, pgvector. We never really needed pgadmin. We want to get the backend set up, and at present we're only worrying about front end anyways, so we don't even need to necessarily worry too much about booting up the backend. Technically, we could just attach our client side, our local client side, to the development deployed environment, because all we're doing is fixing an action log. And what is the task that we're currently working on? Whoops, where is my browser that I would like to have booted here? Let's get GitHub down here, and the task is the fix action log. Okay. Let's reread what the current task is, at least. So new chat not only gets the inputs. Okay, so actually what is happening, and I can show it on the actual demo application. I think that would probably be a good place to show it than waiting for it to get booted up. But what is happening is when we have a brand new chat conversation today, Junior. There we go. Okay. You can see here that when you click a tool, a past execution will show the output. Well, you don't see the input, but where you do see this is on a new chat execution. And let's just say,
this is what I know it's going to work. So this is usually my validation to see if the tool is working for the shell exec is perform using curl, and I don't have the system message on the demo application yet, so we'll have to get to that when we get that the deployment updated. Using curl, perform a request to https demo.promptengineers.ai/API info and return the response. So we'll let that fire it off. It should pop open the... See, here's the input. And this needs to be displayed. But as you can see, we did get the response, and that's correct. That is the actual version. But what we didn't get was the output of the tool. And so the bug is if we click on another conversation but click back to the other one, you can see we still have this action log, but if we click on the tool execution after we've rescoped the conversation, there it is. So this is the current bug that is referencing this task here, and that is what we are trying to fix. So let's dive in now that we've defined the issue. And also, this should be the final pass to end up closing out this issue. So, okay. Now that we've shown this, we can get rid of the demo modes. Let's get rid of Canva, because we don't need that after we made our thumbnail. We might later need to get better about creating the thumbnail as the output of our streams. Okay. Here is... Go to... By the way, I'm not a pro at ARC yet. I don't even know if I'm an amateur. Okay, we don't even have the application going. Like I said, I don't necessarily care about having this. We could just attach this one to the deployed environment API from our local. And I'm thinking at the moment that is going to be the best bet. But also, we need to scope into the... If we're using cursor, we need to scope into the front-end folder. So let's go ahead and just do all of our work from this front-end folder. And I'm going to get the... We just pull that open there. We'll make that... Yeah, that looks nice. And then, cool. And then we'll get some tmux going here. We'll make that look nice. Do we have anything running? Nope. Let's get tmux session rolling. Tmux, new, S, capital S, local dev. Too many S's? New, I might be trying to be too cool. What the? History. Let's just do this. I'm gonna do this off screen just in case something comes up and I'm not gonna be aware of it. That's the kind of the rule of thumb. Tmux. Let's just run whatever tmux commands we get. See, like, oh, okay. I'm totally just kind of thinking of screen at the moment. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Screen uses a capital S, I believe, but not tmux. So we need a lowercase s. Okay, tmux up and running. Like I said, I don't even really need the terminal. So let's go ahead and just boot up the front end. Shall we do that? Shall we do that? Okay. npm run dev. I do believe that I have this enabled. Getting some feedback on Twitch really quick.
and I'm sure you can, I wanted to see if I want to make sure that the voice to background ratio was good. So yeah, we got to make sure the stream quality is top notch. You always got to be iterating for the better. Okay. Now that the local host is booted up for the front end, ooh, I don't want you to be up there. Ooh, I didn't want to bring that up down here either. See, like I said, not a pro at ARC. Let's get this back uploaded to the stream. Let's close those down. Let's get the... There you go. See, that looks smooth. See, here's where I was talking about with the new chat. So if we create a new chat, we still have the system message. That was added, and that's why you can see that on the local version. It looks like I may need to try to log out because it's having some issues, probably with a pre-existing token. Now I believe we should be good to log in because it'll have a new token. Maybe not. Maybe there's a CORS error. Let's see where these requests are going, shall we? Whoops. It's not what we wanted to do, but it happened. It happened. Thread chat right there. Dev tools. Move this down so we can make it into more fancy. Info. Local host. See, it's not actually working. Interesting. Okay. Why are you not going to local npm run dev? I would think that this would no longer be trying to make requests there. Should not do that. Maybe try to hard refresh the browser. Ending. See, these should not be happening. That's software for you, folks. Okay. Why are you trying to make those requests? Is that because I have done something to that request endpoint? Let's go look at what that says on the front. There's no... There has to be. Can we find a footer? Footer. I mean, login layout. Layout. Anything that's called layout. Off layout. That might be it. Version. Where are we getting the app version? App version from the app hook. Here's the API client. Like I said, it should have come from byte URL, which for some reason is not getting rendered in by API URL. I don't understand what that is about. That's weird. Can I do int source in and npm run dev? I don't think that's gonna work. I might just have to that did work. Cool. Okay, because the version changed, so something must have. Yeah, that did work. Okay. Cool, that worked. I'm expecting a couple. Maybe these are just. This is such a big query. We have models, so the API is definitely working, but the threads are having a moment, it seems like. There it goes. Huh. Funky. Funky. Okay. So like I said, let's show what this looks like now with this UI, because this should work as expected from at least from the new UI perspective. So we're going to just start up a new chat. I'll zoom in a bit. Let's make sure we have the tool execution, and then let's throw on O3 Mini, because why not? It's more fun that way. Let's go get. Oh, I don't have any of those. You are a. Let's show some of the functionality to the people. All right, let's do that. Let's do this. You are a helpful AI assist. You are a. You are an expert at assisting with command. You're a expert software engineer. You are equipped with a shell environment to perform executions. I don't know how much better that's going to do than what you are a helpful assistant, but let's just imagine it does, okay? Just imagine for a second. And make sure the tool's selected. Got the model, fire that off. Okay, so the action bar didn't even open. Why is that? Is that because that's not good? I'm wondering if I do need to boot up the back end, because it didn't do this last night. Like, we were having this work perfectly. Are we on the right branch? That might be a question to ask. I want to say we are. Why would we have changed it from last night? I mean, the API should be the same regardless. I mean, it definitely sent through the system message correctly, so the UI is working as expected, I would think. Okay. I mean, it seems like the best option at the moment to just validate what present assumptions were before thinking that something is wrong with the application. Maybe we give it one more test and we just do it at a larger screen mode just to see if possibly we're missing something before we jumped in that far. Make sure tool is there. I need to have something that just says that these amount of tools are enabled. Yeah, it's not popping up. Okay, so let's just validate that that code is in place and that if we're even being able to execute from there, and that might lead us down a new path. What we did put in last night was this. Okay, well, this breakpoint's not getting hit. Doesn't seem like. And what else? Let's see. Okay. I mean, let's at least see if we can hit a breakpoint. We know that it's working. Oh, well, I'm hitting it while I'm scoping to a different conversation. What is it? Thread ID? Yeah, well, that is going to change quite frequently. You're scoping to different conversations. Everything appears to work okay. There, okay. why is this current payload and ID? Not equal to current. Handle drawer close. This is and not equal. So it's automatically closing the drawer before it's even had the chance to open. Unless it like replays through. I doubt that. I'll admit I cursorfied this last night a bit. Because I thought I had a good solution at first at one point, and then it was like, we can't open it. We can't open this the way you want based on this condition that you're asking for. And it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, it just kind of like doesn't give me enough. The red ID was getting set. Is that can't be because of the backend? I mean, I think I need to validate that just because this is not responding like it was last night. So let's do that. Let us go ahead and I am going to boot open the other terminal over here. I'm going to take this and I'm going to do a history, fuzzy find. Whoa. There's nothing there? Did I run that? Oh, yeah, that's not a real command. I spell it right first. What did we run? Graph chat? Docker compose. Run. Graph chat? I think that's probably going to be fine. Okay, so Docker compose run graph chat. I want to say they should be in the same network already, so we should be okay. It has to rebuild the entire container. Apologies. But you guys can see that. At least you can get some action from it. What can we do while we're waiting on this to build? It seems like it's pretty close. It might be going through a multi-stage, though. Like, at least it's getting through the steps pretty fast. Okay, cool. It is up and running. Hopefully it's good to go. We just need to change the front end. Did we do a source in here before? Probably. Do that again. Oh, interesting. Okay, no, I just had to take a second. Let's try to just make sure everything... Let's go ahead and log out. Just make sure everything's coming from the right place. Which doesn't seem that... Well, no, that looks right. The backend should be booted. Is it because it's running on 5? I think it's running on that. So let's do this. I think it's running on port 8005. 8005. No. Really? Is it not even... I bet you know what? I know it's wrong. I need to do service... what is it? It's dash service ports, I believe. Dash service ports? I mean, it should say that that was a wrong command if it wasn't, so I believe we're okay. Now let's go check Docker, actually. Docker. That looks right, but it is on 8000.
And we can do a hard refresh of this just to make sure. I think we probably need to redo this. Now I think we're okay. Yeah, cool. Alright. Now let's double check. Oh, I need to start the other container. Oh, I don't think it's up. Okay, well, I guess this is a good thing for me to have to redo this. Yep. That's fine. That's the reason we created these containers. And the way that we need to do that is by going back over here. We need to go into the Docker Compose. And what we want to start is this one right here. I think we can just do that by doing... let's do this. Take this one. Go detach. Do I have to do that before here? Nope, that didn't work. And we'll just do maybe we have to do it back here. That appeared to work. Okay. Then we're going to do the same thing with exec server. And hopefully... So right now, it's going through, it's building an Ubuntu 24 virtual machine container, and then it is also pulling code from a repository, a public repository that I made for the HTTP server that provides the interface for creating these shell exec commands. We possibly in the future will add the ability for authentication at this HTTP server, but this is more or less the demo version, and we're getting there. It's going to take a second to build. It's pretty much building a container from scratch of Ubuntu. If you guys would like to see that, it's over here in the Docker folder. Ubuntu, and here's the Docker file. Ubuntu 24, we're installing curl, tmux, nano, just in case we ever have to get in there and make it easy on ourselves. Git and JQ and build essential. I think that's more or less just for Python. Could be wrong. I really need to understand what this package actually does. And then we're installing NVM, and we're going to set up NVM to some extent. Then here's us cloning the actual web server that we need, and then using our entry point to get things running so that we could technically just kind of get inside and look at the current running HTTP server in there, or possibly disable it if we wanted to. Interesting thing is, if you just restart this container, if the HTTP server goes down, it will just restart the application, the HTTP server running inside of it, which is actually pretty useful. I didn't have to go inside and do it manually. I just restart the container and boom. You may want to have, some type of volume configured. I've learned that the hard way in the past. Okay, so the exec server should be up and running. Maybe turn this down just a little bit. I'm not sure how loud that's going on the stream. I guess I'll find out later. That might not be good. Maybe we can at least get some content that might not get blown out by the nice relaxing music in the background. But we'll find out. So we have the exec server running. I do not know what network they both reside in. So network LS, chat bridge, so Docker network. No, Docker inspect chat default. We do have the chat exec server there. It looks like everything is in there. The issue may be that the name for this did not get carried over. Why do the names not actually work? There's a container name right here, but you're gonna make me configure it. see. The whole point was I really wanted it just to be locked to this. I think it might operate that way because it might be based on this. So I guess that is something we just need to test. Let's just monitor the logs of graph chat. Whoops. You're right. Because it's not called that, like you said. Like I told myself. See, that's what's annoying is I gotta go. I get it. There's probably something that it's just something I don't know about, and I need to go understand it better. That's all programming is. That is the wrong one, but that was cool. That looks cool. Dr. PS, I need not the exec server. I need the graph chat. Log F. What did I get wrong? Oh, whoops. Okay, Docker logs. There we go. That we have that. Maybe we pull this over to the left for a second so that we can see it execute. New chat. O3 many. I guess you're a helpful assistant. But don't we have other, there we go. That's what I wanted. Yeah, cool. All right, now we're gonna edit this, make the system message a bit better. We can use that as our validation. What is the open repo issue count? Make sure the tool is, yep, it is there. Let's validate if this works. See, that's what I mean, is that it was working, it works fine here. Okay, so good. Well, then we know our assumptions were fine and we didn't spend a ton of time looking into that, which is good. That's better than what we could have happened. And cool, it did some weird stuff there. That was the issue right there. It's gonna say error. Let's click to another chat. Click back. Cool. I love that little status piece. But here's our error, and it says that we have the wrong host name. So I was completely right about it. Just has a different host name now. Okay. One way we can fix that is there is an environment variable that we've added for pretty much updating this one piece. And this is a great way to show this. I mean, this is some piece of content that I'll have. Let's go into the backend. It's going to be in the source. It's going to be in constants, I believe, and it's shell remote server. It should be called shell exec server. And then let's just go figure out where this is defined. That was only here. Am I not using this in the application anywhere? That's not right. I bet I have. So we're going to go into the tools. Sounds like we've lost our... There we go. Music went away for a second, now it's back. Let's switch it up. I'm not really liking this one. This one's... It is the good healing. Deep theta healing. I don't know what any of these mean. They sound good. They sound good while I'm working. Let's do that one.
That sounds fine. I think we can do. I think we can go with that. Okay. Yeah. So this should be defined somewhere inside of a tool. Shell Docker, shell exec. Here it is, and that is possibly because I was searching for the wrong thing. I could be been being a dummy doing that. That's definitely plausible. That's actually more probable than not. Okay. Well, that is there now. So I'm going to pop this open. I'm going to go over to my env in the back end where you guys can't see. We're going to update that really quick to have. What do we need to go call this thing? Docker PS graph chat. Oh no, the exec server is the one we need this time. So we're going to copy the name for this container. Even how harshly long it is, it's fine. That should fix our issue. The thing we need to do though is we need to restart. We just stop, remove it, and then restart it, which should be okay though because the exec container will stay up. So that is done. We can close the env file. We can resume the stream for you guys. We can get our editor back. We can move our terminal here. Move this to the right again. We will get the browser running over here as well. We can pull that over, sync that up. And I'm going to pull this here. Cool. Okay. Like I said, I really don't remember like I said. We need to restart. It is like I said. We need to restart the other container. So we're going to go ahead and do Docker. What is it called again? Can we just define it by that? Like, that would be nice if we could do that. Docker stop. Yeah, I didn't think so. Docker stop. Did I forget a letter? An 8. Docker remove. Now we need to run the same ports up command that we had before. Graph chat. But we want to do -- build, I believe, too. And I believe we should be okay. I'm going to do one more check over here to the right side. Docker inspect the graph. Docker PS. Oh, well, I guess Docker PS. Docker inspect. What is the name of this container now? Definitely different than what it was before. Okay. Well, that does seem to have the URL that time. So that should be good there. We can pull this over again. Hopefully. This should work this time. Let's cross our fingers. We're going to start a new chat. We should have everything still enabled. And click that off. Docker logs. Whoops. Oh well, I think it worked. So we're going to come back over here.
Yeah, it did work. But as you can see, the action drawer popped open. So, but we can't actually click on it again because we've closed it. But we can if we come back to it. So here's where we need to work out. We need to figure out how to get the message that gets here. So here's the output. We need to get the input that comes in here. So we need input and output to be displayed. In order for the at a minimum, that's what we need here. What I would like to do is I would like to be able to dynamically check what tool is also being executed, and then we will be able to render a component based on the tool that's getting executed. So then that will allow us to build custom interfaces for each one of our tools, tool executions. And so what we want is just the base so that we can have a pinpoint in place for whatever that development tool may be when it gets at least the front end portion of that tool gets when that gets built. Okay. And we do need to have the button show here as well after a new chat because it currently does not. And that's possibly because it's not getting pushed into the messages array, and it should. But what should be rendered in the messages should be a filter. That would be kind of cool. Then you could just kind of apply which filters you'd like for the messages that to be rendered. That could be useful in some type of future dynamic way. Okay. Let's worry about just getting the bug fixed first, and then we can kind of drill down from there. So we can pop back over to the front end application. That's the chat. I want the actual front end one. There we go. There. Better. Okay. Let's see what we can do to change these. Oh, let's get a branch. Let's get branch booted up, please. Oh wait, I'm already on that branch. Yeah, this is part 2. It's part deuce. I'm gonna move myself over into the middle. Let's change it up a bit, shall we? Unlock me. Make you levitate. Yeah, there you go. Now you get some shell access. Okay. So we are currently just thinking through what the first step is. Let's inspect the input payload. Let's inspect the response, the initial response. That's kind of the first step. We need to really define out what's not getting pushed in. I want to look at a lot of things, so we'll kind of dive into that. I'm gonna roll open the tool again. Whoops. What is the latest open issue count in the repo? And it actually has the repo defined in here, so if you weren't on the last stream, that's actually where that's coming from, so you can tell that it knows where it's going. The system message is helping that. That's why that's actually such a cool thing that's been applied to the new reasoning model.
Okay, so like I said, let's inspect the response stream. So you can see the tool execution, and here's the actual output here that gets built up. We actually only need the last one. And that's actually what that's doing on the right side. It's not appending the tokens to the sentence. It's essentially just showing you the very last event of this tool call. But there should be one more tool result in here, and I thought tool chunk. There it is. That's what we want to capture right there. So we want to capture the tool chunk as well as the tool call. And all we need to do is pump that out in the last part. So let's go find output, because that's going to be an easy grab. So now we know where the output is defined. Technically, we could just say, here's the input, or here's the actual output. This is going to be yeah, that looks fine on stream. Whoops. Not what I wanted. Nice track cursor. This is the status. There's just a block. I mean, making it easy on ourselves, we can just define, like, here's an input block and just copy it a bit. Input, and then you at least got the input and the output. I wonder, I mean, that's got to be part of the message, right? Am I not getting that in the message? I can go check. We can go check that. We can go check that in a second. We need to validate. Here's the message tool, the tool message content. And this is getting pushed in. Selected tool message. Set selected tool message. Tool call. Current tool call. Yeah, I definitely like cursorfied this. Set tool call. Is that what it was? Is it just a set? Yeah, set tool call, current tool call. Tool call. Where are we really even current tool call? It's a mess. I mean, it probably is makes sense to some extent, but it's kind of just not. It takes too much time to go grok. I mean, we're gonna have to throw some breakpoints in and just see how things come in. I can't remember exactly. So if we have the action log, yeah. So selected tool message content. Select tool message. See where this thing's defined. Quite a few places. Oh, so we have set tool message. Handle close, handle tool call, current tool call. Button. Message. Huh. Message. This is a message. Here's the button with the tool call.
If you click this, it's going to render this message. Well, that's the follow-up. That's not actually how this gets in. Selected tool message. Call. Current tool call. And that's like coming from this, yeah, okay, chat context, we get this, chat current tool call. Current tool call. That tool call, current tool call. Okay, so it is in here. Okay, that's what I was looking for. I think that's pretty much the prime place I need to go look at what's coming in. Ooh. Oh, that's just the way it happens, I guess. Is that really what? Interesting. Oh, it's this that's pulling that. Is it creating a brand new one? Ooh. That might not be good. We definitely need to throw a breakpoint here to see what's going on. That's weird. Like, why are we even generating that for that tool call? On the front end, too. If data event tool call. Oh, but that's tool call, too. Okay. So tool chunk. We need to do this for tool chunk as well. So, okay, we're going to have another one for if tool chunk. And it's going to be similar to this, so we might as well just tack this on. Tool chunk. Chunk. I don't know about that. That's weird. I don't like this. Tool call. Message ID, status pending. Type tool call. This might be just a good data event. Like type tool. I don't know what that type's going to get used for. If we're getting the chunk, let's just roll with it, and then we'll throw a breakpoint tool chunk. Let's define at least some differences of variables. That tool is in progress. We need to, like, I think I just need to, like, highlight this and, like, can we... No, I think I need to do a full chat with this. I'm going to do the full use chat hook. Everything is just going to be use chat hook. We're going to put chat hook in scope. We're going to also put the lines I want in scope. And we need to make... I need a at codebase as well. At codebase. Problem with this is that now I can't define the actual... Let's do this. At codebase, so that we can get specific with it. And now we have that. We can do a use chat hook, and then we can throw in our lines. We need to update let's contextualize this. Context. I have copied the code from tool call as boiler. We need to make it so that tool chunk is the final output. Tool call is the input of the tool execution, of the tool action occurring. And then the goal task, please update to reflect the changes needed. Let's see if that works correctly. Looks like it's even looking at the tool test. Does it have to be? I don't know if it needs to be. Let's create a new use state so that the problem is that, so we do not step on the tool call. Tool output, hopefully that works. And it does need to reflect that, and maybe the change is already good. Okay, but where is this getting utilized? I don't see the change. Where is the change? Maybe I need to go read. I'm actually thinking we're just probably going to go with what they had. Output, set messages. I mean, we're going to learn something. Okay, good. The UI's output flag and the display these differently, which I can see is already implemented in the chat drawer. Oh, okay. His output can use. Okay, I don't know if this is actually going to work. Maybe I don't want to do the same state. I think I kind of want to take this back. I think let's just see what it gives us from this first output. It might understand the assignment better than us. And tool execution. What is the latest repo issue count? Open latest open issue count. Okay, almost. The issue is that it didn't go fix our problem that we created. So it's saying that it just stuck the output somewhere. So maybe we just need to say output and then we're good. That may be it. I do remember vaguely. that being the case to some extent. I'm really just vibing with the AI right now. We vibing. We thinking together. Okay, close the drawer. I don't need that right now. What did I do with you? Okay, so you're saying if I just add output here? Cool. All right, that works. So the goal would be then to let's try this again and see that everything works as expected. So it sounds like it understood the assignment better than I did at the moment. Boom. That works great. It showed the tool there for a second too, which is at least we know that that's getting there. But even better that we actually have both the input and output tool execution in the action log, and I think we can come back and take a look. We need to fix that. I need to figure out where that ends up going. I want to say, and I'm going to do this twice. We're going to do this in 2 tool executions. Then get the latest issue. So we should have 2 tool executions because it's going to run each command. Yeah, I think it just overdid it. Issue, echo, open count, fetching. Fetching latest issue, open count. It seems like that got cut off or something. Something's up. I'm not liking this, like, truncated thing. That didn't really work. Alright, well, let's make sure that we can get this. This should be a somewhat easy fix. It does look... I think we are rendering the tools, though, correctly. Like, I just want to do one more test. That's beautiful. That looks great. So, like, I can see exactly what's getting executed. See, the tool execution's not popping up, though. That needs to be up there. The tool call. Where is that data getting inserted? Shell exec is the name. And it's just showing where the event is coming in. So that has to be... So that's what's going to need to be parsed. We're going to need to start parsing this in a better way. As this thing actually gets rendered, it's going to need to parse the information. But I don't want to deal with that right now. Let's get the select figured out. Let's make a commit, though, because we know we have a point where we can at least keep these changes. That's good too. Yeah, we're gonna keep that called exec. Cool. And then let's go over to our terminal. We'll pop it open a new one. We'll say git branch. I think I'm already on it. Git commit. New chat. Can see input and output. Need to fix for existing chat. Only see output currently. Okay. That should be good. We have our commit here. We've made our saving point. We need to get this thing to happen to when we can click on it, we can see input and output for every single time so that we have consistency. I'm gonna run to restroom really quick. Pause this. You guys can enjoy the nice relaxing stream. I'm also gonna be thinking. You guys be thinking. Oh, it's Steven and baby girl. What up, Steven? What up, Evanson? Okay, we're back. Let's round this out so that I can get off the bed, shall we? Okay, let's dive in. Let's go figure out where this button click happened so that we can go see what data comes up. Huh? Let's go see what data comes back. So where is this going to be? It's going to be on the handle click somewhere. I think it's on the thread history drawer. So thread history drawer open. I'm going to move myself back over into the left corner because I believe that's just going to be the good sweet spot of content right now. I don't think I'm too blocking down here, huh? Yeah? There? A little bit there? A little bit like that? Move me over around? Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay. Handle thread click. That might be what we have. Handle thread click. I'm thinking that is what we're going to be checking on from the breakpoint standpoint. Let's go throw that breakpoint in here somewhere. Thread history drawer, we have it open. We need to go throw it in the here so we can see what's coming in on this click. I mean, we know what's coming. It's the threads. So let's go look at the actual network call first. Red, messages. See, this is what I'm saying. I don't know if it's in there. It looks, tool calls. I might need to go. Okay, so we do have a tool call. There's that data, so that's at least okay. And then we get another follow-up. And the name is a shell exec. How is that data getting rendered? Is a good, like, that's the question, is like, okay, so we're filling the messages. So we fill messages. And the thing is that these messages are, I need to possibly define some type of
some types on the back end to just make this more unison. At the moment, what's actually happening is that there's just a different data schema between fetching these and opposed to appending them into the DOM rather than having them get fetched each on each. We're just getting each new message, so we want to try to limit the amount of memory that we're going to be taking up in the browser. So there's a bit of just being lazy at the moment. But let's see how we can at least fix this. So we're going to click on each one of these conversations. We're going to get a pack full of messages. We know that this is inevitably our tool call that's getting appended. And we have one that appears to be our actual set of tool calls. It doesn't have any content. Like, does this even have anything? So let's just kind of run this through. We're going to have the messages get added. Close drawer after selection of, okay, yeah. So now the tool calls are there, but what didn't get rendered? Maybe I need to go look at the actual chat, because I do believe there may be some type of filter there. We have these, yeah. Okay, so here's our tool call. And that's the problem, is I want these to be part of the same. The tool message object needs to be. So here's tool, yeah, message type tool. But that is also bad. Oh, because what I want to do is I want that to also be part. But the problem is that it's different when they get clicked that way. And so I need a front end function that just handles everything the same way. That's going to be a bit more than I want to bite off at the moment. But that's inevitably what needs to be there. There needs to be a function to really just make it happen the same way, both ways. We know in the use chat hook, we have tool call, and then we're taking the tool chunk data. See, type tool, output. It's output input. Is that what it is? It's like it's trying to build up this tool thing. When we click this, what happens when we just click this? That's ultimately the only thing that matters at the moment. As long as we can get the data on this click, that could be not, because I don't know what the. Let's look at this. We've just clicked on the one 8 minutes ago, whatever. So I hope these are in order. 2-6. I would suspect so. So we get the tool call. What happens when we click that? Let's go to the actual portion to where we go here. We need to go to the thread history. You go to handle thread click. But what data actually gets rendered in there is on the action log. Where is that? It's going to be on chat. Chat drawer. That doesn't look right. Here we go. Action log something? Did they call it chat drawer? Is that what it's called? It should be called like action log. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. Okay. Selected tool message. So there's a name, there's a status, there's content, there's an output. And what needs to happen. So you're clicking on a particular. All of the messages are getting added, so there really just needs to be something else to render this when it gets clicked. We're doing a handle thread click. That doesn't matter at all. So why do I even sit here? Okay. So what it actually happens is this, and it gets passed into this message. So that is actually where we need to be. Cool. That's exactly where I want to be. So it passes in that message, but it doesn't have any of the previous stuff. What about if it's a tool chunk? Like, is that something that we could do? Do we just need to kind of redefine this a bit? Can I do it over here? Nope, doesn't look like it. Message. Doesn't have anything in it. So we know this is this one. The one right before it is the one that I actually want. Can I get to messages? I think let's go do that really quick. Let's just get to messages. Oh, I actually had them in scope right there, it looked like. Okay, I'm going to power through here. This is where I did want to get to. So let's go to the console. Let's go messages. See what we get. So we know that this was the one that we were getting, which is most likely going to be the one with content. This doesn't look right. Oh, it's because I clicked a new conversation. Duh. Let's do this back the other way. That's how we want to do it, because that's what we're more familiar with at the moment. So let's clear this console. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we have the message that comes right before it, and what that actually has is it might already have all the information we need. So we have tool calls, we have shell exec, which is also something we need. And then we have the arguments array, which is that's our input. But that's the issue, is that we almost need the previous message as well. Can we access that is the question. There is this response metadata. I don't think it's going to have any. Yeah, I mean that's good information to have though. So it seems like we need to build a function that can more or less take in both of these, aggregate them, and return a better object. Ah. Let's do that. Selected tool message. The problem is, I mean, that is going to be what it's going to do. If type tool. it needs to take in a payload that actually has this done. Like there's no other way to have that happen like we want to. We're gonna need a function that's gonna do this itself. So we're gonna have this take in set selected tool message. Set selected tool message any. Really probably should have defined what that was going to look like because I have no idea what this looked like. That's really why you need typed people. I really don't like the way these even look either. Tool call data. Tool call ID. And that's like randomly generated, so I don't like that. So we just need a function because this is so bad. Let's at least do this, right? Let's take this and then we can repurpose it. So let's take the format tool, selected tool, format tool, format handle tool call. Yeah, that might be a better one. Like I need to define this data this time, so let's make it an actual type. No. Type tool call, tool exit, tool action. Yeah, it could be that, but I don't want that at the moment. It needs to aggregate everything and then return it. So we have to get everything first. So that's on us to do that in those cases, but this function should return it in all cases. And I don't necessarily just want to build the object, kind of just want to give it the inputs and say, hey, go do this. So it would be nice to say which type it is. So which is it, a tool call? Is it a call or like option? Is it call or chunk? Type. I actually just want this to be pretty static. I don't want to have to go put this somewhere. This could be a tool action. Tool action. Or tool, yeah. Action. There's just going to be still don't really know what I'm going to have in here. If tool call, I mean, the least we can do is that. I wonder if that'll work. No, because I need to go get the data that's going to be passed in there. So what do we need to do? I mean, that's the other thing, is it could just pass in those messages. And then collect it. That's the only thing that really makes sense. Because what? It has the tool, we're going to have this message get pulled in. And it's going to say, hey, does a tool calls exist on this message? Here's a tool call ID. There's no ability to sync it up. That's what I was kind of looking for. Oh, there it is. There we go. We could use that to some extent. That's the call. It is a tool call. Here is the tool call.
Dang, that's gonna be some really intricate shit. Okay, let's look at the difference in these two objects. Invalid tool calls, we have 2 and 3. Both have additional K-wargs. One has tool calls, the other one does not have tool calls. If it does have tool calls, it has the information that I'm actually looking for. And... What? Yeah. Tool calls. And so what can I do? I could use this and then backtrack to see, like, where in the previous message, like, we can use this call ID. Let's just take in each message and deal with it as it comes in. Let's just take in the message. I think that's going to be the better way to handle this, and then we can see what happens. Take in the message. I'm going to say it's enemy any at the moment. We'll figure it out along the way. This is going to be probably the most difficult piece of the stream, is just figuring out what to do with this data. So if message event is tool call, it keeps doing this, and I guess this is probably fine, but this is also not going to work, I think, on the actual step that we want. So let's just give it what it wants for now. I think it's saying that at least handle tool call. Progress. Okay, so like that's what we're removing there, so we can go like what? Remove this. Handle tool call. That's what you're saying? I don't think I need to do anything. Tool call data. The point of this though is like I really wanted to just return the actual message in a structure that is useful to the actual... Okay, so that's what we need to go do. We need to go figure out what is in this chat drawer that actually gets rendered. So chat drawer, content, output, status, name. That is good for now. So let's do that. Let's do it that way. I don't care about any of this. All I want is for now, we're going to return an object of content. We're going to do ID. Get to it. Yeah, tool ID, blah, blah, blah. Status, input, output. Yeah. This is all fine and dandy. I think message ID is going to be the actual one I want. ID, yeah. That has an ID, that has an ID. Oh, these are just weird. Does it have run in it? Is another question. How do we utilize that? I think we do keep the tool call ID in there. Tool call ID will come in if it should just be there. Like it's in both of them, so it's up to us to either figure out where it is. So it's going to be either in message ID or it will be in... This might work. I mean, I guess I'm curious to see if this is going to be the way that this will work. This isn't going to work. I don't think so. This is going to be in tool calls. Yeah, tool calls. It's inside the array, so you don't even know. It could be multiple tool calls. Type, user message data. You don't really even know. Tool calls. System fingerprint. Additional K-wargs. I mean, I think we're just going to go straight to tool calls, because then this is just the same thing. We're going to get it from here. See, I think that could work. It almost seems like it could work. Like I need to be able to define, these need to be stored. We need to have, we will have differing, we will have different formed message inputs. We need to take a list of messages and then just be able to pass it in. Like those two messages. If I could find each of them as a function before that, and the function is responsible for finding both of them in the array for each other and then collecting them, that would be a bit easier. At least because, I mean, I can also put it inside this. It would just be easier as if we had the messages. I need one that just takes in the messages and does this. Ultimately, we're just going to have to format these how we want. This is dirty, what I'm doing now. I don't think we'll get what the expectation is, what we want. I think this is going to work like I want it to, because I've got to get both of them into state. I'm thinking collecting them out of them each time is a better way of going. So we're going to say, oh, here's the messages, but then we're just going to pass in the messages, but we're going to collect them. And then we're going to render the actual tools as a single tool message with the input and output. It's just making this dirtier. So let's take in the messages. And what we need to do is we need to look for ones that are not AI. Dang. It's a lot more complex than this way. I mean, it is just a type tool. So as long as we render those messages with the type tool, and we can also fix a lot of this system and AI flex, like mismatches going on, system AI, I think that's probably the way that we're going to have to do this. Is that message is going to have some type of like thing that's going to need to get passed through each time. Format messages for chat. So we're going to take in the full messages. We don't need to do anything. The only thing we need to do, we're going to need to filter. Okay, so here, let's do this. We're going to copy this object. We're going to need a function. Let's go to ChatGPT. Good old handy dandy ChatGPT. Yes, O3 many. Many hi. Oh, it didn't give me my object. Where'd it go? Where'd you go? Did you not go in the terminal? Oh, crap. What'd I do? I broke it. It's. I get that you don't like that. That's not really what I want. I don't care. I'm trying to help you, bro. Help me help you. Messages. Source. Messages. Copy object. We're going to go back over to ChatGPT. I'm going to say I need a function that will filter, that will merge, that will leave the objects of type AI and human, I believe, system, human, of type AI, system, and human as is, but combine the information of tool call and tool chunk by referencing their tool call ID from each other. If this other tool call is input, tool chunk is output, and if output does not is falsy, then status is error. I think that's probably going to be how it's going to work. Curious to see what ChatGPT's like final answer is on this. Just really thinking through this. If a tool message was not combined, it's a really long util, but we'll take it. Format. So this message should possibly be in there. Well, I do not know.
let's put it in the util for now. And then we will also just take this full weight of this function, and then we will try to see what we get with it. Combined message, this is TypeScript. Can you fix that, please, AI? Cool. We need to export this. And then we should be able to just have it get added. I think let's take this out. I think we can kind of undo a lot of this stuff. And we can just make it so that when that gets clicked, everything gets added. And I mean, that seems like that would be the piece that should work. We're going to go here. We're going to go to our... When we actually get everything added to the UI, and hopefully this works. I think it's going to be the best solution at the moment. Thread history drawer. And so when set messages gets clicked, we're going to also pass in our combine tool messages and let that take the wheel to some extent. Okay, so let's go over to it and let's see what we end up getting when we click a new conversation to see what our new expectation is. So we can click this. I mean, I hope that worked, but let's go look at what the actual data object is inside of the messages array. No, I mean, it does seem like, okay, wait a minute. Do we have less messages? No, we don't. No, this worked. That worked, okay. But the actual problem is that the content, dang it. Can I just call it content and then be good? Can we just do that? Let's do that. Let's go do that really quick. Let's just see how that works. Input. Let's call this content input. Now, boom. There we go, people. There we go. That looks great. Cool. Okay. So now we have our input or outputs. Interesting. It even has the exact command. Cool. Perfect. This is so much better. Like I could try to I could run this. This is exactly what we needed because what we want to see is whoops. Yeah, exactly. See? Like that's the data. That's so cool. Okay. I think we're gonna basically tap off for the night. I might try to push this out as an update. That's really the last thing I really wanted to do. So that's perfect. The question is, it's not gonna look exact like the. We're still gonna make some change. We're still gonna need to make some updates. What I mean is, we're gonna have new chat like this, and then we're gonna do a shell execute, and then we would say like list the latest open issue count from repo. And when this happens, it's a bit different, but we're on the right path, which is good. Maybe today? Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, cool. Perfect. I mean, that looks great. We're just missing the name up there, which is fine. We'll fix that. I think we should get this out and then just fix those as bugs, because this is so much better than what is there. I think this would be nice for people to actually be able to see as opposed to like the crap that I currently have there.
So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get this deployment out real quick. So let's go ahead and get these changes committed. Git add. I think we can take pretty much everything from that one. Git commit, able to view input and output for new and existing. Push that. Give that a moment. Go over to GitHub. We're going to go to our pull requests. I think I can go in there and check that off. I think there's an issue though. Whoops. In here, I think there's an issue that I need to go remove some actions. I think I was failing yesterday because I needed to go do something. Current thread ID is not being used. Okay. So where are we utilizing this? Let's fix that really quick. Current thread ID. Let's take that out so you don't crash my... There. Front end, source, pages, chat, git commit, fix, front end, issue. That should fix my actions. Let's double check again. Yeah, so that last one failed. This one won't fail. This should work. That should mean that we could put up a tag for the current development. But we do need to get this merged, so let's just wait for those tests to finish, and then we will be on our way. Just a build and the backend tests, which we probably need to add some more tests here. Hey, sorry, Stephen, I didn't see your comment. I am working on the same app. I am just trying to get, I have the action logs. I don't know if you were just seeing that. I have these action logs for the tool execution that on the agent, and I wanted it to be more UI friendly. So that was what I wanted to get updated, and it's not on the actual deployment. So now I'm going to push this I'm going to push this up now. So let us go to the actions. Let's go ahead and get this thing merged, because I think this should be good to go, ready for review. Squash and merge that thing. Okay, cool. So now let's just go over here and get to check out development, git pull. That looks fine, I'm sure. Now that everything is merged, we need to go create a tag. So let's go back over to our repo, go to tags. We're going to create probably a .70. I need to actually start making official releases, but I don't think enough people are paying attention to what's going on. So for now, I need to build a new tag. So it's okay, 70. Create new tag. The target is going to be from development. Development is the target, and it's going to use the release tag. Generate release notes, that'd be nice. Set as pre-release, and I think that's all I really want. That's cool. I like that GitHub. That might keep me over on here. Okay, so we got a build going. I do have to say that GitHub's pipelines are a lot faster than GitLab's. I like GitLab, but speed is a thing. Come on, build. Just putting around on Instagram while we're waiting for this thing to go, and then we'll get on to biz. Man, I feel bad for not catching your comment, Steven. Probably if you're still around. DeepSeek Decoded. Come on, build. Taking forever. Good news is once this is done, the actual deploy side should be really quick. I don't think I need to make any edits to the environment variables. I think we're going to be good to go. Nothing should really change from that perspective. Okay, cool. Actions. Let's go deploy this sucker. Run a workflow. We're going to use an actual tag this time, and we're going to use the same tag. Boom. Whoops. Numlock. Run that workflow. That should deploy our tag. And we can wait for that to finish up. Should I go pull the fire alarm? See if it's broken on us. I don't think it is. I think it just is taking a minute. Well, I don't know if I'm able to contact the server, so that's not good at the moment. Okay, that's good. I did get a response from the server. It's taking a minute to get logged into, so I don't think it likes me at the moment. It has some zombie processes. That's not good. Not a lot. It seems that this thing's being really slow. It must not like... I don't think I'm clearing out the VMs on it anymore. Maybe we prune it? Yeah, prune that thing. Give it some space. I can't do anything on it right now, so it ain't no good. It might be time to upgrade. Dang, I might have crashed it. I might have crashed the server, guys. What's going on, Jeff Kang? Welcome to the stream. What brings you? Come on, server. Don't fail me now. I guess I'll cancel the actual... It didn't pass. Why did you not pass? You know, it's gotta be that it just is, like, so bogged down that it couldn't handle what we were giving it. Come on. What do you have running? Dang. Dang. That's what happens when you get you pick a small VM. You gotta get upgraded. Move this up top. I'm tired of dealing with it up there. Darn. I don't think we can do it that way. I think we're gonna need to just like look at what's currently there. Can't even see that. We might need to just restart the server. That sucks. Is it that? It makes sense. Can't see anything on the server, which is the kind of a pain. I don't want to go restart it. Hey, how much stuff is going on in this machine? 54 megabytes left of memory. That's not good. Do I see? I don't want to go. I mean, I can do HTOP. CPU's maxed. There's Python. Emux new exec app. Emux LS. I really should be able to run Docker PS. Like, why can't you just tell me what Docker is? Like, you're seriously that slowed down. Should I just stop a container? Docker stop draft chat. Exec server. Stop the exec server. Stop graph chat. Because that's what I was already going to spin up. This is what you're going to run into if you are going to build any type of software. You're going to run into things that you just don't expect, and you're going to have to go deal with them then. Which is now, darn, it's 9 o'clock. Didn't want to be in here that long. All minutes looking like we're going to have to go restart our DigitalOcean instance. Oh well, sometimes that's the name of the game, right, people? Yeah, I know you failed. It probably wouldn't have failed if it wasn't for that one thing. We have the terminal working yet. Still nothing. Still nothing. It seems like we're gonna have to cycle this thing. CPU seems, I mean, the memory is maxed. And it's fallen off an edge. Can we just reboot it? Rebooty. Volumes. You just need to add some more mem. Recovery console. Yeah, or it's just hanging, so it means that nothing we do is going to be able to get like, well, can we just... Can we not like see these 48,000? Python main. I mean, that's like the Docker containers running, and like I can't stop them. I don't think that's gonna help. I think the best way we're gonna do is just to be like reboot, sudo reboot. Probably a bad idea. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. I don't know if I have the Docker set up as a service, so I don't know if anything's going to come up correctly. I don't know if I set up the containers to have restart on always. I would expect so, because why would they still be running, you know? I would expect that I've had some errors in there. But we'll find out. It seemed to respond pretty quickly on reboot. Yeah, I mean, things seem to be cool. I don't see the actual exec container anymore, which that kind of sucks. But that's fine. That's already somewhere that I can go. So let's roll out the new version. Let's rerun this job. Rerun all failed jobs. Because now that it's up, it should not have any issues. See here. Let's see it. We'll watch it. Okay, well, it looks like the execs container is there. I might just need to restart it. I want to say it failed because it was like cleaning stuff out. Let's have it run again. Because now that that container's gone, maybe it's going to be fine this time. There's the new image. Yeah, okay, that one seemed to roll out correctly. Cool. So the next step will be restarting. I need to get rid of the Ubuntu 24 container because that's no longer in use. So let's go ahead and just Docker stop Ubuntu 24 Docker rm Ubuntu 24. You serious? It says it right there. So you're telling me if I do docker ps -a, let's just, I want to do docker start, best viewer, yeah, no, go away. Docker start, exec server. Start chat. Docker PSA, the image. Oh, Docker start. Oh, this is on my local machine. That's not what I want. That's fine. This is not fine. Let me go back to this server really quick. Whoops. Oh well, no big deal. What else? Yeah. Oh man, I got tech neck, man. I need to get some. That's bad. Gosh, I can't look down anymore.
Where goes all that crap? Floor. Excuse me. All the stuff off the floor.
I need to clean my office.
But who's got time for that? Docker stop. I already removed those. Oh, now we're on the actual machine. Docker stop. Ubuntu 24. Docker RM. Ubuntu 24. Docker start exec server. Docker PS. It looks like it's up. I think it says restarting every 5 seconds. Oh, Slack agent isn't up. That's fine. Cool. Okay. I think we're back up and running now. Do we have the question is, do we have the HTTP server? Curl I think we do. Let's go just see if the application is what we'd like. So everything looks updated. Yay, cool, that worked. We can see the actual command that gets ran there. Like, we can go run that ourselves. We need to make it so you can just copy that, but we can run this ourselves in the terminal from our local machine. Boom, get the same thing. That is so cool. Okay, cool. So now we know that we can open an action log, and if we click a new chat, the action log will disappear. We can click on different action logs and see each tool execution for what it is. We can see this one here. I can go run that. I can clear this. Boom. That is so cool. We have like a full history of what's going on for our agents now. We need to make this a little bit more refined to look nice, but this is a perfect step forward. So just to show you what we got going, we want to do the same output, and we just want to see the consistency between these. Whoops. I need to make that so that's actually stays. But execute tool. Oh, whoops. I need to go enable the tool. Yeah, it's probably going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about. New chat. Whoops. Copy that. New chat. Now the tool's enabled. I did it again. Man, what's going on? It seemed like it was about to work, and then there's a bug, so we're going to have to go fix that. I'm not going to handle that tonight. We're able to open this. That's good. But there's a bug in the actual chat. Shell exec. Yeah, the tool drawer's not popping open. Darn it. Oh well. That's really unfortunate that it had to happen, but we know that everything's up and running, so that's fine for now. We're going to cap it for tonight. We got everything deployed. We got some changes up. We do have the system message in there now, which is nice. It's actually an update. And the actual execution drawer and seeing what the actual inputs and outputs and everything is good. So I'd call it progress for now. Everything seems to be working correctly. These look also pretty good. You can see like the errors happened in here. Cool. Alright, well, I will check you guys later. Thank you guys for checking out the stream, and yeah, I need to go get this tech deck figured out. This stuff hurts. Later, guys. You guys